In this video, I will show you how to make a water droplet using oil pastels and the rule of threes. The first step is to create a circle on your paper. Now choose 3 to 6 different oil pastels that will blend easily into each other. Look for different shades of the same families of color. Also include white and black, and if you have a colorless blender, that will come in handy as well. Using a controlled scribbling type motion called scumbling, begin applying the highlight at the top. Then we will create a highlight at the base of the water droplet. Now begin adding a shadow value at the top of the water droplet using the same scribbling, scumbling, controlled scribbling type motion. Now using a darker shade of that color, begin creating a stronger shadow at the very top of the water droplet. We will also use this color to create the drop shadow underneath the droplet. Now we're going to take our middle value blue and begin creating some contrast up above the water droplet. Now using your white oil pastel, we will lighten that area further by blending the white directly on top of that blue value. The oil pastels will blend themselves if used this way. Now take your middle blue value and begin working the underside of the drop shadow, while at the same time blending the two blues together. Now using either cream or a light gray color, begin to layer on top of the highlight at the base of the water droplet, using the same scumbling technique to blend the colors together. Now I'm going to blend the top shadow into the middle area by applying my darkest shadow value very lightly in the same scumbling technique down into the middle of the droplet. Now using my middle blue value, I will begin to overlap the shadow blue value using the same scumbling technique, and in the process the oil pastels will blend together. Now let's whiten up the highlights some more. Now let's blend out the drop shadow. Another great tool for blending oil pastel together is the Colorless Blender. You use the Colorless Blender the same way that you do the oil pastel, only it blends the color without changing the color. Continue mixing and blending the oil pastels until everything is blended and the values that you want are achieved. Now let's take a little bit of our black and darken the drop shadow just a little bit more. This time I will use my finger to blend. Oil pastel art hack. Mod Podge. When your oil pastels are just becoming a big muddy mess, take some Mod Podge and brush on a thin layer. That will seal everything down. Then you can layer more oil pastel on top of the Mod Podge without blending with what's underneath. Now we can take our whites and layer it on top of what's underneath the Mod Podge and really pull those highlights forward. Continue to increase the contrast by layering and blending the oil pastels. Clean up the edges by either using your finger to blend or a colorless blender until everything looks blended. But also avoid overblending to the point where everything becomes a flat, solid color. You want all those different shades and values commingling together there within the same space. So just go easy on the blending. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, click the like button and check out more of my videos at Scrooge the Prophet.